Welcome to the C.S.I. Weekend Update. This week we visited the Planning and Zoning meeting. This meeting is held at 6 p.m. the third Tuesday of every month at the county building where the Board of Commissioners meet. This video is a little lengthy, but it highlights each case number and the public comments. You can watch the full version of the meeting on the C.S.I. Facebook page.
Chairman, the first case is case number 1419-22. The applicant is Emerson Properties, LLC. Property is located at 166 Max Smith Road. He's requesting from R1 to RTZ.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Richardson. I'm Chief Engineer of Brown Brothers. I'm here speaking on behalf of Mr. Emerson Russell, who's owner of Emerson Properties. As stated, the address is 166 Max Smith Road. The parcel is approximately 2.3 acres. Emerson Properties desires to rezone from R1 to RTZ. Proposed are 18 townhome units that will be utilized as rentals. Project will include a 26-foot wide private drive, 2 9-unit attached townhome buildings, 8 6x10 storage units for tenants only. There's 15 guest parking spaces. There'll be a mail kiosk and sidewalks throughout. Each unit will have 2 dedicated parking spaces and a planter bed in front.
My name is David Evans. I live on Max Smith Road, and I'm just wondering when you're going to draw a line on development. There's 52 acres under development on Max Smith and Mineral, a 120 unit complex coming in right next door to me on the last house before you get to Tennessee. Basically the last house around there. It's all commercial development. They all representing the developers or the people of Catoosa County.
But I live on Steel Road, close to where this gentleman's talking about. We got a problem with building on Steel Road. He's exactly right. Somewhere you people are gonna have to go quick and cut the button off. I didn't move to where I am to worry the rest of my life. Am I gonna get flooded? I do worry about that now.
We have a motion to approve. Second that motion? All right, second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion? I'm abstaining. You're abstaining? 4-0.
The next case is case number 1420-22, Best Land Investments. The property is located at 101 Mineral Avenue, requesting from R1 to R2.
Matt is refusing himself. Good afternoon, I'm Charlie Whitman. Is it possible for me to hand a few things down to you guys?
As far as like how much development, so I'm from Cobb County, and one of the things that drove us nuts when I was growing up was that there was just so much development until it was just to the point of you're just living in traffic central all the time. Now, little can be done with that to some degree for Atlanta, but just sort of watching out for that, because I'm like, well, if I live here for 20 years, am I going to be move away with every fiber of my being because we're back to being Cobb County? You know, are there thoughts toward that of preventing this kind of stuff that he's sort of raised the question?
In response to that, gentleman, I know we have had situations in the past where we have denied some developments in those areas, and those developers have gone to the city, and the city has approved them. So a lot of those areas, like Mr. Hoffman was saying, when you look down Max Smith Road and some of those other areas, it is spotty, just like the city of Ringgold and Catoosa County down Alabama Highway. So I guess we get blamed for a lot of things that we try to control, but when they're annexed into the city, that gets out of our control.
Thank you.
We have a motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion?
next case is case number 1421-22. The applicant is Paul Cox. Property is located at 2117 Three Notch Road, requesting from C2 to HUD.
Here to represent this guy.
Good evening, I'm Nick Collard. Thank you for hearing this. Just a couple things I wanted to go over. I'm the president and CEO of Collard Construction. We're a developer that has done most of its work in Chattanooga, and we pride ourselves in the fact that we built some really fine communities.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Swaney. I don't live off of Three Notch Road, but I have an elderly mom who lives off Three Notch Road, and I drive it probably 5 times a week. And it's a nightmare at certain times of the day, as you all are aware. There's 2 schools down that road. They both use that same road. There's a lot of development going on down that road as well. And also, I know at one time, at a minimum, I would love to see you guys table this to speak to the school system, because I know that we have been told in the city that they were not equipped for us to even be able to run sewers so that more development could go down that road. They didn't have room in the schools, especially. Those 3 schools that are in that area are full. So at a minimum, I would love to see you table it to at least have a discussion with the school system, because if they told us that about running infrastructure down there, to me, infrastructure should come first before development. So that's it. Thank you.
Would that be okay for the January meeting?
We would rather it not be deferred. We'd rather address those questions or concerns between now and, council meeting, if at all possible. We do have a letter from the city of Ringgold saying that there's sewer there on point. And we understand that there are some traffic concerns. Our thought would be that we would work through those traffic concerns through permitting. At this point, the property is already zone C2, so it can be developed and produce whatever traffic it produces as a C2 property. If possible, we'd like to be able to address those concerns between now and, commission meeting.
Okay.
If that's possible.
The commission meeting would be, they have one in December. So it would
Right, I think.
go to them in December. So, that's, make whatever you motion to
I make a motion to table this until January until we get feedback from the school system representative that we have.
And I would also add, I'd like to have the road department look at the entrance, makes it like a comment from him. You don't have anything on that, do you?
No, sir, I know he did have traffic concerns. That's as far as we got on that topic.
We have a motion to table till the January meeting. We have a second.
I would say that.
We have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion? I guess it doesn't work.
County Department of Transportation.
We did have those conversations early on, and they had some discussion about when we get into the engineering point, looking at some additional widening of 3 notch and possibly a XL, decel lane. So some of those conversations have already taken place with the traffic department. Is there somebody in regards to the school that we need to be talking to as well? Or is that more of a conversation for you?
Matt Maynard is a member here, but he's not here tonight.
I understand.
And he is the school board's representation.
Okay.
The next case is case number 1313-19. The applicant is Emerson Properties. Property is located on North Avenue so review.
My name's Wayne McCoy. I'm a civil engineer, and I've been working with the, I guess there's a new entity that's looking at the property, but I wasn't involved in the original HUD, but I am involved in the plans that have just been recently submitted. And what I understand is that the reason that we're here is to review and, I guess, answer the question of why work wasn't started within a year of the HUD approval.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And for those in the audience who do not know me, my name is Chris Ayers, and I'm with the county attorney's office. And as the chairman mentioned, you all have been waiting on us to sort of come up with a formal proposal of what an ordinance might look like if that's the direction the Board of Commissioners would like to go in.
And whenever I look at what you propose here, and I'm asking this from a legality standpoint now, whenever you are asking someone as a condition of the issuance of a permit, the permit holder consents to inspection of his or her property upon complaint to the Catoosa County Planning and Zoning. Are you asking someone to forfeit their constitutional right before being permitted to own property, which the Constitution also protects? In the Fourth Amendment, the right of the people to be secure in the persons, houses, papers, and effects, and against reasonable searches, and also in that of the 14th Amendment, that no state shall make or enforce any laws which abridge privileges, or shall the United States, or shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property, which that would be what this chicken would be. Is that what you're asking, is someone to relinquish their right as a U.S. citizen to their Fourth Amendment and their 14th Amendment?
I'm not asking people to do anything. I'm offering a proposal. This is based on what other counties have done, and this is the whole reason why we're not doing anything tonight, is to allow this, 2 months or whatever it is, for comments, suggestions. I mean, I don't get a vote. The commission will make a recommendation, and ultimately the board will decide what, if any, ordinance will be in place, whether we have chickens or no chickens. I don't know the answer to that question.
I want to ask, I've read this one, and the other person asked, have you read the one that was submitted?
I've read several ordinances, including.
No, I mean what was submitted by the public.
And as I mentioned, this is something that I came up with. This is what I thought would be sort of, I know obviously they've already seen what you've all submitted. This is something different, but it's something that other counties have done.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, I don't get vote. It's gonna be, we'll draft whatever the Board of Commissioners, Planning Commission tells us.
I understand,
We're
but
just giving options, and then obviously these next 2 months, 6 weeks, any feedback, probably written is preferable, will be taken into consideration.
really not only protect the people, but you want to protect these people over here too that work for the county. You don't want any legalities to happen to where they are using the color of law to determine the factor of what a chicken, the definition of a chicken is, and they're being told by that of attorneys and being able to make their decision and to know right from wrong. They're just trying to do their job. And so whenever this staff comes out to these people, and these people have the security and the rights that's there in the Constitution of the United States and the Georgia Constitution, then we have to make sure that these county employees understand that they do have these rights. And